I finally read The Last Ronin because there's more Last Ronin content coming out next month that I want to start reviewing. And I read this book, and I gotta say, I really loved this book right here. This is an incredible storyline. So if you don't know what The Last Ronin storyline is, this is a storyline that I'm not going to spoil which turtle, but only one of the turtle lives, basically. Something happens that we're not privy to until later in the story, and we still don't get all the details. But basically, there's only one turtle left. And in this post-apocalyptic future, this turtle, the last Ronin, now has to finish what his family once started so long ago. It's a story of like revenge, and it is awesome. I will say I've heard a lot about this story before I finally read it, and this book is a little overhyped. Where it's really well written. The actual art style of this book is gorgeous. Look at all that. So many great moments of cinematography. But yeah, it's great. But my main problem with this book is someone told me, oh, it's so unpredictable which turtle. I pretty much predicted which turtle it was. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't want to spoil the story for you. It's an incredible read. It has a lot of twists and turns and different angles to it. It's very good. You should read it. But it's like people get back like this is so unpredictable. I predicted who it was. The other thing too is like it's so dark and violent and brutal. I think this is a book that people read because it's so well talked about who don't read Ninja Turtle books, and so they pick this up and they read it. They go, wow, it's so violent, guys. Turtle comics are pretty violent, like a lot of them, like because they were based on Daredevil comics from back in the day. These are violent stories and books. So the fact that people were so shocked by it is a little goofy, but I did really like it. I think what's nice about this book is it leaves room for expansion. I mean, the story does end in a certain way where the story wraps up, but there's expansion in other ways that I want to see. Particularly what happens with the character of Casey. Not Casey Jones, KC. I want to see where she goes. Maybe in some future books and stuff. And I really enjoyed all that. And I really liked that storyline. And yeah, I just think it's worth reading. Another thing that's great about this book is it's a book written from the perspective of Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Have a little thing in the back where they talk about this town. At one point, when they were making Ninja Turtle books back in the day, they had figured where does the storyline end, and then they came up with this being the end to everything in a weird way. And so it's kind of an interesting look at what would the Turtles end storyline look like in a perfect world. And this is kind of what it is. It's interesting. I really enjoy all that. So yeah, really love The Last Ronin. Incredible book. Definitely worth a read. It's a little overhyped, but still, great book.